Guys, this is Zach Team Covenant.
And I'm Steven.
I'm with Steven. Yeah. And today we are introducing our classiest product ever, wooden Covenant templates.
It is the classiest product ever. I have to agree. And guys, it's been such a pleasure to figure out basically how to do this product as best we can.
It's way more difficult than you think.
What is hard? Now, before we get any further, Zach and I made an agreement to not say wood in the video because we tried it a few times and we just kept laughing. So we're going to say wooden.
We're small children.
We are ultimately small children. So these wooden templates are really quite a pain to do. And anyone who's worked with wooden materials before probably understands that that's the case. You have warping issues, you have bending issues, you have staining issues, you have sanding issues.
Because just like
you have supply issues.
If you went down and cut down a tree, the wood doesn't just look awesome.
Right.
It takes a lot of work.
So let me just explain what happens here and why these are our classiest products yet, if for no other reason than the time and effort involved. So the first thing that happens is we get the wood, which is a process all its own, which I won't dive into. But then the magic starts to happen. First of all, we sand it, right? We got to sand it.
That makes sense.
Because it's got to look good.
Common.
It's got to be nice.
You don't want to be rough and like...
Yeah. You don't want to be playing X-Wing and have to deal with splinters or anything. So we sand it, and then we stain it. We're using teak oil right now.
Yep.
And it's the bomb.
Makes it look good.
Makes it look really good. But then we cut it
into these shapes,
reasonable,
and the engravings,
into the templates. However, after that process, we thought, well, this is going to be fine. We'll be done with this. But it just wasn't good enough.
Inconsistent,
rough, problematic.
Just really wasn't
patches.
Wasn't good enough.
So then we take the now cut pieces and we sand them again. Double sand. Twice the sand.
Double the sanding power.
And then we stain them again.
Yeah. It's crazy.
To put the finish back on.
This is a 3-day process.
It's a 3-day process. It gives it a very consistent look, a very consistent finish. And basically staining it and sanding it twice on both times means that stain gets to sink into pretty much everywhere you could ever imagine it needs to be. So there's a lot of work that goes into these. We thought it was worth it because these wooden templates are incredible. It's not like Star Wars exactly because wood is kind of old world, you know.
But Star Wars is gritty.
It is gritty, but there's something about that old world feel of wooden anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, wooden dice, I'd use them. It doesn't matter what it is. There's something very satisfying about this nice, like natural material that you're using. So if you want to be the classiest person on your gaming community, then these are for you.
And you know, some X-Wing players might ask why. Why would we make these?
Why?
But I'm asking you, why not? Why would we not make these? These are phenomenal. They're awesome. If you're into the standard acrylics we do, those are beautiful too. But this is just, I mean, having a template set made out of mahogany is just ridiculous. Which is what we're about, making the gaming experience as good and as awesome as it possibly can be. So why wouldn't we make these?
Why wouldn't we? We have two options at the very beginning.
Yep.
We've got cherry and we've got mahogany.
It's kind of deceiving because you would expect cherry to be a little red, and actually mahogany's got a tint of red.
It usually turns out a little bit more red.
Whereas cherry does not typically.
But cherry is a lot more, it's a more consistent
it's
grain.
Like longer grains.
Yeah. So we have the cherry and we have the mahogany, and let us tell you a little bit about our experience with these templates because we tricked one of our locals here at the store, whose name is Taylor. You've probably seen him on the stream. He's played on the Imperial Assault stream.
People have seen these
on YouTube
wooden
as
templates
well.
on the stream and been like, are those wooden Covenant templates?
Awesome.
Yes, they are.
Well, that's good. But we gave these out as a league prize a long time ago here at the store in Tulsa. And we told Taylor it was because he won some prize and, you know, he played all these X-Wing
actually.
games.
He scored the most points.
Which he did, ultimately. But what we really wanted was to test how these things would hold up over time, whether there'd be serious warping issues, serious problems, because the last thing we wanted to do is, like, ship them out and then a month later, oh, my templates are falling apart and not usable. And so we have seen no problems in that set. We asked Taylor about it just the other day. No problems, no issues on his end. So we think that everything is completely fine and completely good to go. That said,
be aware, it is wood.
There are some things that must be known about wood. First of all, Taylor's using the templates in the same climate that we're making the templates in. So the humidity is more or less the same. Everything's normal there. So we don't know how they're going to perform ultimately if you're like using them in the swamp or if you're in Florida or next to the ocean or whatever it is.
In Hoth.
So be advised on that. The second thing on Hoth,
Yeah.
I was like in the zone of giving the spiel, and then I just barely caught your comment there.
X-Wing on Hoth would be the coolest thing.
It would be.
Get it? Cool.
I wish we could offer it. Vacation packages to imaginary planets from Team Covenant. The other thing is that wood is it's variable, right? So like one set of mahogany templates will look different than another set. I was just looking at some this morning that had a big swath of like dark, like a darker shade of mahogany through like the middle, and the templates looked awesome. You might be the person that gets those templates, but that means that none of these are going to look exactly the same.
Yeah, the grains are different. They accept the stain a little differently, and basically the way they oxidize as well also changes the temperament of the template. So just be aware that each set's going to be its own thing.
So you can call that, problematic, or we call it artisan. It means that every set is going to be a little bit different. Your set will be completely unique and beautiful and all your own,
while at the same time being a completely legal and usable set of templates for Star Wars X-Wing.
So there you have it, guys. We've got Cherry, we've got Mahogany. This is the first offering of Wooden Covenant templates. Are there more products to come
In this material?
I would say yes.
Odds are good.
Odds are high. But for now, enjoy these, use these. If you want to be that classy guy, then go for them. And we just thank you guys so much for all your attention and your support. And it allows us to keep doing cool stuff. And we like to do cool stuff like this. So thanks a lot.
See you guys.